take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Due to the ongoing debates about whether or not the Earth is flat or whether or not the Earth is a sphere, apparently this experiment is going to put an end to the debate. I don't think this experiment proves either or, but I do find some very interesting details within this video. So simply put, the idea is this: because of the current tilt of the globe, we should be able to see the sun for 24 hours throughout the day. Now, for some reason, it was never taken into account that scientists say things like this.
Earth, throughout its life, even when it formed, it was spinning, and it got a little wider at the equator than it does at the poles. So it's not actually a sphere, it's oblate, and officially it's an oblate spheroid. That's what we call it. But not only that, it's slightly wider below the equator than above the equator.
A little chubbier.
A little chubbier.
Yeah.
Chubby's a good way. It's like pear-shaped. It's like pear-shaped. It's like pear-shaped.
Despite scientists saying this, NASA still shows us images like these. Now, if the Earth is flat, there will be a time period when Antarctica is not exposed to the sun. Because according to flat earthers, Antarctica is really just a ring around Earth, not a solid mass at the bottom of the Earth. Now, for some reason, usually when they show images of flat Earth, they always show an image like this. I think for anybody sitting in a neutral standpoint, this is very misleading. See, things like this is what flat earthers actually believe. They actually believe that it's the sun and moon that revolve around the Earth, not the other way around. They actually believe the sky is what's spinning, not the Earth. Now remember, this video is all about the 24-hour sun. Supposedly there are some flat earthers that went, even some scientists that went, and for some reason they decided to send a pastor as well. Now the only way to really record the sun is they have to set up cameras themselves. And as you can see, they utilize multiple cameras showing multiple different angles. Like if you pay attention to the sun right here, why is the sun moving like this? Like it literally looks like the sun is changing shape. When have you ever seen the sun flatten out like this? Ever. It actually kind of looks like where the wall meets the ceiling of a screen. There are actually screens that Hollywood uses to film certain scenes in certain movies. The real question isn't whether or not this exists. The question is whether or not they are using one. Now, they went live. People are watching their videos and they're asking questions. One of the first questions they start asking is this a green screen?
How it works is when you have things like, this is the water bottle I've been using out here, that are green in color, and you have that chroma key turned on, it removes that. Here is a can of some Chilean Pringles called Crispos. You'll notice here the red and the green color, so no green screen.
Where's the wind? You mean to tell me they're in Antarctica and there's no wind at all? I mean, like, where's all of this? It don't have to be a blizzard, but like, where's the breeze? So now I start really having more questions about whether they're even outside. But then he pulled out this.
But what I'm most excited about is I am going to utilize my drone to show you that there is no green screen behind me.
Fly it away.
Hopefully this goes well here. I've never had to fly my drone for an audience of almost 900 people, but this is going to be fun for me. So getting everything booted up right now, and I'm actually going to remove my gloves so that I have perfect control of the drone. Do not want to have any accidents. So here is the drone, upside down, right side up, twisted all around. This is my DJI drone that I brought to Antarctica. So here we go. Let me go ahead and launch this here real quick for you guys. All right, here we go. Okay, hopefully you can hear me with the drone, but I'm also going to record what the drone is videoing, which is my screen, and I'm going to go backward. So obviously, with a green screen, this drone will not be able to fly backward. Forward, MC2 is also live streaming. It's also filming the drone. All right, now I'm going to come right back to us.
Why are you so scared about it? He's supposed to be outside in Antarctica. Why isn't he trying to do this? You see this? Anybody with a drone would try to do this. Look at this. You mean to tell me he didn't try to do this? He didn't try to get this angle in Antarctica? Come on, yo. Now remember, this is still being streamed live. So people in the chat asking like, why we can't see your breath? Y'all out in this cold temperature, we can't see your breath at all? Now the idea is that their breath should be looking like this. You know, we've all been there. We've been outside in the cold. If the air is very dry, your breath won't necessarily show up like this. But this is what people are saying in the chat. But at some point in the live, he actually turned his camera off. But as soon as he came back and turned the camera on, he magically just started blowing his breath.
What's up now?
Now remember, I told you his cameras everywhere. And even though he turned off that main camera, there's other cameras still recording him. Now Pete with the camera catch. Oh boy tried to squat down and hit a vape. He turned the camera off so he could go hit a vape and come back to the camera and blow his breath, while the other cameras recording him the whole time.
Here's a little breath.
So people in the chat still on his top. They still trying to get him to prove that he outside. So somebody in the chat like, pick up the snow. Look how far he walk away to go pick up some snow. They in Antarctica, like it's snow everywhere. Why you gotta walk away to go pick up snow? Now this a whole different angle that another camera caught. And if you notice, it's no footprints in the snow. Now, truthfully, none of this proves the Earth is a globe or if it's flat. And that wasn't my intention of making this. My intention was to show the suspicious activity going on within this experiment. Because truthfully, I don't know who none of these people are. If it wasn't for this video, I wouldn't have known who this guy was. But just listen to what he says.
Okay. We finally get to my conclusion on the matter of lying and deception, and that is this. After carefully looking at both sides of the debate, and after taking a very deep dive into everything I could possibly find in scripture regarding lying and deception, I have come to the conclusion that neither lying nor deception are inherently immoral. If that wasn't clear, sometimes a lie or deceit are not only necessary, but they are the right thing to do.
Have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system, that they will fight to protect it. This isn't the Matrix.
No. It's another training program designed to teach you one thing. If you are not one of us, you are one of them.
What are they?
Sentient programs. They can move in and out of any software still hardwired to their system. That means that anyone we haven't unplugged is potentially an agent.